Yeah.
He'd spend money on $1,000 on koi fish just to be able to shoot the birds that are coming to eat it. Like, he just had money to play with. And then he ended up leaving my grandmother for his receptionist. So I get it. She was like fucked up after that.
Yeah.
She went from being something to being nothing.
It sucks.
And of course they were married. At first she wasn't trying to get married because, you gotta come off half your stuff. He swore to her they were never gonna get divorced, never gonna get divorced. A year after they built that fucking $1 million house, he brought the papers home, wanted a divorce.
Yeah.
Ever since then, she literally just slept on the couch.
Yeah, depression.
Yep, slept on the couch. She didn't brush her hair, didn't brush her teeth, never left the house. Like, she'd piddle around in the yard a little bit, but she didn't go to the grocery store. She didn't, like, my dad was trying to get her to go to, like, senior centers and play bingo and shit like that,
Yeah.
Nope. She had no heart. She was like, I just want to die. I just want to,
Yeah.
like, you felt so bad, but,
Fucking give up on life.
man, like, she would get so mean when she drank, and, like,
That's what I used to do.
Yeah,
I don't even know why. I would just, like, I was thinking about it at work the other day. Like, I would fucking, I don't know, I would get passionate about shit and then, like, think I was, like, debating somebody on something, and then I'd be like, you're not understanding right. Like, I don't know.
That's how I am. Like, I want you to see my point of view.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
if I gotta yell and scream till I'm blue in the face to get you to try to understand, but now that I'm a little older, I get it. If you ain't lived it, you can't speak on it. I can tell you about being homeless till I'm blue in the face, but if you ain't never been there, you can only imagine.
Yeah.
Like, I was talking to somebody the other day, and they said, what is it really like being homeless? They said, all I know is, like, movies, like NCIS and shit like that. That's all I know. So I explained it to her. She was like, I would have never guessed.
Yeah. What is it like?
Especially hard.
If you don't mind my asking.
See, I don't trip. I don't boost. What's up? Picked up a hitchhiker, yeah.
Hitchhikers always.
But yeah, I don't know how many times motherfuckers tried to rape me, tried to fucking kidnap me. I usually sleep down in Center City because it's a little safer. I've woke up to people with their hands down my pants.
What the fuck?
I've been walking out here at 2 o'clock in the morning, fucking starting shit, somebody snatched me by my arm and tried to throw me in the back of the car. Like, my boyfriend just got shot a couple months ago, shot in the fucking neck. Barely lived, I mean, barely. He said he took 3 steps and just collapsed, and he's like a fighter.
Yeah.
He took 3 steps and collapsed. He said if somebody, the hospital said, if somebody wouldn't have called the ambulance, they said they called him their miracle patient.
Yeah.
They had to remove his whole collarbone right here. He had 2 collarbones. They pierced his trachea, so literally, he said his right arm didn't work. He's trying to use his left arm to fucking hold the hole.
Yeah.
He said every time his heart would pump, he would feel it gushing.
Yeah.
He said, like I said, he literally made it 3 steps and just collapsed. And it was literally just a couple streets over.
It's crazy.
He's got a scar now, literally.
Yeah.
From here all the way down. Have you ever seen Nightmare Before Christmas?
Yeah, years ago.
Sally.
Yeah.
Looks like Sally. Like a little patch of it was just gone.
Shit.
He had to have 7 cosmetic surgeries. They had to take skin from his thigh, his butt cheek, here, there, everywhere, to be able to reconstruct. He showed me a picture when he first got there. They had to cut his chest open. He said it looked like a Venus fly trap.
It's crazy.
Yeah, like crazy shit. You got the people that come around and do interviews and stuff like that.
Yeah. All-time media.
Yup.
Yeah.
I've done interviews with every one of them.
Yeah, you know Danielle? They interviewed her a lot. I think she's still out here now again. The white girl. She's about maybe your height, I think.
She got blonde hair?
I can't remember. I think she's got like dark brown hair, maybe.
I'm bad with names. I stay to myself, but
Yeah.
I know, I know people by faces.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm bad with names too.
Terrible.
Fucking yeah, she's a pretty white girl, about maybe your height. I don't know. I know her, sort of, kind of. I met her in an outreach like 4 years ago, 3 years ago.
Okay, so she's been out here about as long as I have.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I got kicked out of Savage Sisters because they thought I was trying to pick her up. I wasn't. I said, damn girl, you sexy as shit. But not at the outreach, after the outreach. And it was like, you know in rehab when people fuck with each other and they're not, it was like that. I guess I still thought I was in rehab, or like I thought this was like Woodstock or something.
That's what I was going to say. It's not like it's a rehab. Rehab's frowned upon shit like that. But come on now. And even at that point, I don't understand how you voluntarily check into somewhere and they treat you like a fucking prisoner. Like, I remember when I went to rehab one time, or detox, whatever. As soon as I checked in, I packed my little bag all up. I had my phone, some snackies, a drink, I'm all ready to go. And I get in there and they're basically like, yep, strip. We're taking all your stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they got a search. They do the strip search thing, I think. Yeah, they do. Yeah. I don't know why that. I've been to rehab 4 times.
I can't even have my snacks inside voluntarily. Like, I'm not here. Mandatory. Like, I'm voluntarily. And you're going to treat me like this?
What rehab did you go to?
This was back in Delaware. It's called Connection.
I don't think I heard of
That's
that.
the dental clinic. They wanted you to sit in there for 48 hours in an observation room. The only thing in the room is like a dental chair. It's so fucking uncomfortable. And they literally just let you sit in there and suffer for 48 hours and watch you.
Yeah.
And they'll dose you.
They don't just like leave you in your room to detox or whatever?
Yeah.
Right? Oh, alright.
You get a little teeny tiny room about the size of a prison cell, not even. And like I said, the only thing in it is a dental chair. Literally, you're just like sitting there looking at the walls like, God damn, why did I come to this place?
Yeah, that sucks.
I could have done this so much better out on my own.
It's crazy.
And they wonder why nobody wants to go to shelters and rehabs and stuff like that. You're treating people like prisoners. They're coming to you for help. And that's how you're treating them?
Yeah.
Who the fuck is going to do that?
Yeah.
That'd be like waking up and saying, I'm sick and tired of living like this. I think I'm going to go to prison.
Yeah. Alright.
Have you ever heard anybody say that? I'm not saying prison hasn't been some of the best thing to happen to some of these people.
Yeah.
They might not know it at first, but I feel like that would probably be the only way I'd be able to stop if I
Yeah.
got away from this place. Like, you see so many tents popping up now for rehabs that are in Florida, California, stuff like that. I'm like, why would anybody want to ship the fucking states away to go to a rehab?
I hear,
Change people, places, and things.
yeah.
And
I hear they got really nice rehabs in Florida or something.
yeah, Florida and California, yeah, we get to fucking chill on a beach.
But you probably gotta have private insurance for that, I guess.
That's exactly what I was going to say. You probably got to have liability insurance.
Yeah.
And then think about this. I'm from Delaware State. When I came up here, it took forever to transfer my insurance over.
Yeah.
And they made sure to tell me, like, if you transfer, like, you better make sure you want to be in Philly.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be a pain in the ass. And if you decide, 3 days after you get here, you want to go back home, it's going to be another pain in the ass getting that shit transferred over. So I can imagine it would be like that with going to fucking town. Like, fuck, you probably got to have a passport and shit.
Yeah. Not to cross state lines.
Yeah, see, I don't know how that shit works. I've never been
That's another thing, like, navigating all that shit is confusing as fuck. Like, I'm a fucking space cadet, like, drunk. Like, figuring that shit out, like, just doing paperwork myself, like,
Yeah.
takes me forever.
Dude, even just coming up here, like, we were popping off somebody. Like, we had his number. He would come up here, grab dope, come back to Delaware and sell it for nothing. We didn't care, it saved us having to come up. We didn't know nothing